For the sake of simplicity, let's say women can meet and date two types of men. The men that believe she might be the one because they just love being around her, they cannot imagine a life without her. And then the men that think, yeah, well, she's very cute, I like her a lot, like a friend, with benefits, especially with the benefit of me feeling less lonely until I find the one. The tricky thing is that if you are a woman, it's not always easy to know with what type of man you are dealing. Especially because a lot of men hide their feelings and their emotions and their intentions better than a professional spy can hide his true identity. So in this video, I want to talk about how men know she's the one, some of the things that women do that make men feel that way, and a great sign that a man thinks she might be the one. Because you see, there are things about women that men are so drawn to, more than they're drawn to the bedroom activities even, that if they see these things in the woman they're dating or have a relationship with, they will love being around her. They will keep chasing her. They will lose their desire to be with other women. They will respect her. They will love her. They will possibly behave like the man she pictured herself growing old with. So let's talk about it. My name is Geert. I'm an author. I also use the pen name Brian Knox. I write books about relationships and dating and other topics. And first, one of the biggest signs that a man thinks a woman might be the one is when he's trying to be his best self for her. Every single day. Now he does this because he believes the woman he's dating or his girlfriend or his wife is very valuable. Question is, how does she get him to think that? Well, one word, hypnosis. Just kidding. One of the things that she will do is that she will show him her value very often and mostly in a friendly or a playful way. So not by nagging or getting upset all the time. And this is an example I already gave in another video in the past, but if a guy you have just started dating would text you at 9 p.m. to ask if he can come over, well then first, we know it's not to play Monopoly. So if you then text him, well, I would love to see you again, but not in such short notice and not this late at night. I'm going to bed soon. Have a good night. Well, then you have shown a standard and how valuable you think you are in a very friendly way. And we often have opportunities to show our value to someone. Now, some people think, sure, but when I'm dating someone, when I'm in a relationship with someone, I don't want to play any games. I just want to be myself. So that means that if I feel like accepting last-minute dates, then I will. If it's all I can get, then I will take it, thank you very much. If I feel like texting someone 15 times, even though they didn't even reply to any of the earlier messages yet, then I will. Well, I personally disagree. These things are not about playing games or trying to make someone like us. They're about liking ourselves, about having self-control and self-love and knowing what's good for us. Do you agree? It's often a good idea to ask the question, if I think I'm valuable, what would I do now? Well, you probably wouldn't keep sending messages to someone who's not replying at all, or accept to go on a last-minute date with someone who might just want to hook up because they feel lonely that night, right? So by asking yourself that question and moving in the direction of the answer, you are non-stop showing your value to him. Now, as you may or may not know, men love this, a woman who knows her value. Men need this. The only men that believe that women they can walk all over are the one are bad men like narcissists. Now, what's going to be strange in this video, what you might notice, is that certain habits or behaviors that can scare a guy away are exactly the habits and behaviors that make the right man decide, finally, there she is. That's the one I've been waiting for. So if you have ever shown a good behavior to a guy, and that made him run for some reason, then there was nothing wrong with your behavior. There was something wrong with him. He was not the right guy for you. So keep that in mind as we continue. Now, a great quality that men are drawn to like moths to a flame is quiet confidence. Confidence is very attractive. I'm sure I don't have to explain that. But there are many confident people out there that try to prove how confident they are by being loud, for example, thus signaling they are in fact insecure. Someone who's really confident doesn't have to tell everyone how great they are. They show it quietly. Quiet confidence is very powerful. It, for example, means that you are not an open book. When you are still dating, you keep him guessing a bit. And not by playing games, but because you never feel the need to prove yourself to him. When you share information, it's not to make him like you or to influence what he thinks about you. It's because he has earned that information by being open about himself or because you just wanted to share it. Quiet confidence also means that you know very well what you are worth and you will never chase after him. He either wants you and pursues you or he doesn't. Either way is fine. If he pulls away, you don't ask him why. You don't try to make him interested in you again. You just accept it and you move on. which, by the way, happens to be the best way to make him interested again because now he can see your value, you're just not putting him on a pedestal, ever. If he doesn't like you, he's not important, romantically speaking. You have an abundance mindset. If he doesn't think you are very special, he cannot possibly be special. A third reason why men really fall for a woman, and I mean deeply fall for her, so deep that never stops because it's a bottomless pit, is because she asks for what she wants. Remember, the right man wants to put in efforts. Let him know how and where. He's going to work hard for the one when he's dating her, but also deep into the relationship. So a woman who makes it too easy, a woman who's trying to please him all the time, a woman who might lose herself because she's always adapting to him, a woman who's afraid to ask for anything because she's afraid that might scare him away, well, she can by definition never be the one, because he will work hard for the one. So he needs someone who will give him that opportunity. And it's true, if you ask for what you want, some men will run away. Some men will decide, I don't want to put in that effort. Well, it's kind of good that these men then run away, of course, that you don't have a relationship with them. You always have to filter out the men that you don't have a future with as quickly as you can. This is one of the ways to do it. And it's not like you're asking him to build a palace like the Taj Mahal to prove his love for you, right? And by the way, if you didn't know, that's why the Taj Mahal was built. It was built by a man to honor his deceased wife. So never be afraid to ask for what you want or what you find important in a relationship. The right men will love you more because of it, and the wrong men will clear the path for the right ones. We value what we invest in. And remember, the act of investing makes us value it more. We don't just invest because we value it because we invested. That's how it works, and that's the case for products and for people. If you had to save money for something and then invest in it so you could finally buy it, you will probably value it more and even take better care of it than if you would have received it for free, right? Well, that's the same with people. Because we invest in a relationship with someone, that relationship and that person become more important to us. So allow him to invest in you and in the relationship he has with you. Ask for what you want and need. Now, when a woman feels that she's finally dealing with a good guy, he's respectful, he doesn't consistently cancel dates, he's treating her well, and so on, then there are things she can do, specifically as a gift to him for being a good guy, that make it easy for him to see her as someone he never wants to lose. Obviously, when a man feels great around a woman, he just wants to stay with her for as long as possible. So a nice example here is rewarding him for good behavior. To a man that always feels great, he will want more of it. And I probably don't need to explain that there are many ways you can reward a guy. Like, for example, by telling him, okay, you've been a good boy, so you can play on your Xbox for another hour and I won't complain. Just kidding. Well, hopefully. And on a more serious note, you can give him affection, you can show him that you really respect him, you can give him a compliment, whatever will give him that sparkle in his eyes or the look that he just won the lottery. And just like with the lottery, you may need to try a couple of times, but you will find what makes him tick. And when you do, give that as a reward. Now, this is obviously also a positive feedback loop. Because it feels so great, it's going to motivate him to continue being a great partner. The mistake that some women make, however, is they do this towards the wrong men when they are showing bad behavior. Ooh, he's ignoring me a bit. I'll just give him some of what he really likes so he can give me more attention again. No, we only reward good behavior. Now, of course, before a man consistently believes that someone is the one, he's obviously going to rationally think about shared values and compatibility and so on. But what I talked about in this video works on his feelings, not his rational mind. But obviously, if the feelings aren't there, there is no solid foundation. And even rationally, he's going to think about his feelings. He's going to wonder, how does she make me feel? He's then going to compare that to being single and his past relationships, and if he feels great, then she might be the one. So I hope you found this valuable. I want to thank you for sticking around until the very end of this video. I love it when you do that. If you want more, you can find that on brianknox.com or on Amazon, where you can find my books by searching for my pen name, Brian Knox. I want to thank you again for being here, and I hope to see you in another video.